feel better.
Oh no, not another box of dogs!
It's another box of dogs!
Yo, homies. Homo, humomies. Yo, homies. Whatever. God damn it. Look. I keep saying, excuse me while I eat I keep seeing this all over social media, people like, you know, talking about the conspiracy theories and whatever. And someone will come along and go, you know, no, 9/11 was done by 19 hijackers, led by a guy in a cave in Afghanistan. And everyone goes, oh, they're not awake. They're not awake. Oh, it must suck to not be awake. Bullshit, honkies. I want to go back to sleep. You know, everyone watches The Matrix and they're like, oh, yeah, Neo, he's the guy, right? Bullshit, man. Fuck that. No way. It's Cypher. He's the guy I relate to. What was he said? Oh, why didn't I take the blue pill? One thing I've learned, ignorance is bliss, right? You know, my mate Andrew Roberts has a joke. You know, whenever you're talking to him about conspiracy theorists, whatever, it comes up, conspiracy theorists, and he goes, oh, we're no longer called conspiracy theorists. You know, oh, what are you called now? He goes, correct. Yeah, we're called correct because we're proven right all the goddamn time. Well, you know what people who aren't into conspiracy theories are? Happy. Yeah. They just go about their fucking day. They're not plagued by this horse shit. I can't fucking... I've been reading about conspiracy theory and learning about all this stuff. I've forgotten more than I know now. That's why when I enjoy talking to Steve, because it's like he's reminding me of shit that I've known for years and I've forgotten. I remember reading about the Illuminati and all the secret societies when I was a kid. I read another book on a whole mess of different conspiracy theories, and just funny you should ask, Scott Horn. And I was wondering, cool. David Argon, good man. I know farts. In my opinion, farts. That's pretty funny, I reckon. Yeah, so what's it got me? What the fuck has it gotten me? Nothing. What's it ever gonna get me? Nothing. Just having all this bullshit. Oh, great. I know who did 9/11. Well, I don't exactly know, but I got a fair fucking idea, right? Is that going to help me get some money? No, that's going to keep me poor. Is that knowledge ever going to make me famous? No, that's going to keep me fucking relegated to the nobodies. Right? What is the point? Blue pill, red pill. I wish someone would give me a fucking sleeping pill so I could go back to fucking sleep. Ignorance is bliss, motherfuckers. I felt like some honey chicken. Bit of a guilty pleasure, right? I run down to the Chinese place. I'm like, they'll probably be closed. They're not closed. They're still fucking hard at work. Industrious fuckers that they are. Place my order. They go to work. They start talking in Chinese. That weird gobbledygook that they talk. And I start thinking, yeah, I got to learn Mandarin, right? Time to learn Mandarin. No, that would have ruined my meal. If I could have understood anything that they were saying, all that would have done is destroyed my meal. Okay, I'm trying different settings on the microphone here, so if it clicks in and out a little bit. Ooh, that's different. I think that is the best one. Anyway, point is, send your sleeping pills to 1777 PO Box 1777, MCP, I think it is, Mildura, Victoria 3501. I think that's the address. Okay. Mine spell like this because I can come at different angles. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, this is some tasty shit. Terrible food. Probably zero nutritional value, but, you know. By the way, King Charles is the Antichrist. I came across a video called The Antichrist and a Cup of Tea. Look it up on YouTube by Tim Cohen. The channel it's on is called Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. So, you know, right up our alley. Hey. But he lays out the case. The problem is, to verify any of this shit, I don't know where to get my hands on the particular numerological way that he counts the numbers, or counts the letters, applies letters. Because I was on another thing and I looked up. If you go A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, D is 24, etc., it's multiples of 6. You get all this crazy... Oh, hang on. I'll fucking look it up because it's like computer is 666. Monsanto is 666. So that makes a lot of sense that would be it. Right? Because all these things that we're like quite aware of how fucking evil they are, the names add up to 666. But this other one, that is the other system that this guy, he's like an autistic Jew. He reminds me of a Ben Shapiro, but he just doesn't talk quite as fast as Ben Shapiro. But he does have that kind of intense, like, I found this out. By Bull and Bear Sheets. This episode is brought to you by Bull and Bear Sheets. Anyway, I'll try and look this thing up real quick. I'll try and keep talking as well because I'm practicing for a live stream because OBS sucks. I love OBS. It's great. It's terrific, but it does suck as well. There's a lot of problems with it, but it's free. The price is right. The price, she's right. The price, she's right. Is free, you know what you're going to do. So sometimes you record something and it doesn't work. Well, fuck you, buddy. You learn to code, asshole. Fair enough, is what I say to that. I just want to be happy. That's all I want. But also rich. That would be really cool. That's the book I'm reading at the moment. Well, listening to. It's the book on. Oh, it's frozen up. Look at that. Oh, camera's gone off. This is my shitty camera, hey. Anyway, point is, let's just, yeah, that's all good. Point is, man, what did I really look up? Nameology. Name, number, calculator. Which one? It wasn't one of the first ones. Is this one? No, it wasn't astrology. It was some. I think it was this one, Satan's Society. Always ask a Satanist, friends. They'll never steer you wrong. Oh, Sanatan Society. Sanatan. Okay, well, it's not that one. I thought it was one of the satanic ones. I left my phone in the other room. What am I going to do? Go and get it? Oh, that's right. I put 666 in the title. Oops. Yeah, 666. All right. I'm guessing you're all thoroughly entertained by my screwing around and eating chicken. And why wouldn't you be? Look at this. Watch this. Watch this shit. What's this? This is fucking cinematic masterpiece. Chicken's on the floor. Oh my God. We'll deal with that later. Anyway, point is, King Charles is the Antichrist. It's not like he's dead. It's not blasphemous to say that, is it? Hebrew. Antichrist calculator, maybe that's it. Oh, this is looking promising. I think it is. Here we go. Check out all these words that add up to 666. By this calculation, this alphabet, the way this is calculated is, as I said, A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, D 24, E 30, F 36. It's just multiples of sixes. And this, using this calculation, isn't this interesting? Adolf Hitler, 660. Maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after all. Is that a dog whistle? Fucking should be. Osama bin Laden, 660. Well, I mean, he attacked the most evil empire in history, so. But did he do it? Or was he just a fall guy? Mind blown. Markov Beast, 666. Yeah, because that's how everyone talks. Markov Beast. You'll bear Markov Beast. Where's the? See, this is the problem with all this shit. You play around with numbers and whatever, you can come up with 666. Anyway, let's read on because there's some interesting ones. I think that one had a bit of rat. Oh. All right. Markov Beast, 666. Bio implant. Hang on, where's my other? All right. Markov Beast, 666. Bio implant, 666. RFID scanner. RFID body tag. E-identity. Digital ID chip. A satanic mark. Sorceries. Witchcraft. Necromancy. Image of Satan. Mondex chip. Monetary. False market. Verishield. Monsanto. Lustful. Satan seal. Satan cult. Papal state. Vatican Hill. and many more of your favorite hits from the 80s. Fatima Miracle. Well, they're just making shit up now. Fatima Miracle. Islamic Lies, Sharia Laws, Book of the Dead, Kissinger, Grey Aliens, End Time Alien. Oh, these are great. New York, 666. Waco, Texas, 666. A Branch Davidian, 666. Geneticist, 666. Vaccination, 666. I was just waiting to change the scene to make it a little more cinematic. A little more like, ooh, he's put production values into this one. I haven't. I was thinking earlier I was going to tell you all the story about basically how I came up with a couple of my best jokes. And the jokes I was going to talk about are on my channel. One of them I say the N-word a lot. And I wonder if I should delete that or set it to private. But the thing about that joke that's so good, the first time I did it live, it was a room full of white people with a couple of black dudes there, a whole lot of brown people, because it's Melbourne open mic comedy. It's a very diverse scene. Lots of homosexuals there too, probably. A couple at least, that I know of. How do I know they were gay? Because I was sucking their cocks in the bathroom. Classic misdirection. Oh, that's a joke I wrote a little while ago. This is like sending a message to a friend. Hey man, I think Mildura's making me gay. Next time I see you, I'll suck your cock and you can tell me what you think. Gay jokes will never go out of fashion, I tell you. Here's another one of my favourite gay jokes. This is, I heard this on the Jimmy Dore show. I don't know if this is, I think it's someone else's joke, but Jimmy Dore did it. Or maybe it is Jimmy Dore's joke. Anyway, all credit to him for this one. You know, a lot of guys talk about gaydar, how they've got incredible gaydar. Well, I've got the most amazing gaydar. Like, all I have to do is look at a dude. And if I get a hard on, gay. That's a great fucking joke. Anyway. Fuck it, I will talk about them. Because it's a weird story with a bit of a tragic ending. So, I did this joke, and it is on my channel, you can look it up if you want. I did a joke, and I say the N-word a lot. Anyway, so there's a whole mix of all sorts of different people. And, let me just refresh my camera so it does not go dark again. Do not go dark, camera. I'll probably go change the settings or something. Anyway, here's this joke. I say the N-word a lot in it. But then the punchline and resolution of the joke makes people realize, oh, actually he's not saying it to be a dick. He's not a racist. He's actually trying to spare someone's feelings, kind of thing. Anyway, and the whole joke is about what an idiot I am, but it's also about how stupid all the rules about who can say what are, and what you can and can't say. I'll tell you the punchline. The punchline is, well, now I know that you're gay, I can't call you fag no more. It's a good joke. Anyway, so afterwards, The funny thing was, while I was telling the joke, because when you're on stage and you're telling jokes, you kind of sometimes you just kind of look straight ahead and you don't really take in the crowd. But when you're kind of a bit more loose, you look around like you're talking to different people in the crowd, but you're not actually talking to anyone. What you're doing, your peripheral vision goes nuts because you're scanning the entire crowd the entire time because you're picking up cues. You're looking for cues. You're picking up cues. That's how you read a room. Klaus Schwab, you fucking mutt. It's called reading a room, you dick-faced fuck. Klaus Schwab, I saw a video of him today, and he's talking to someone, and he's going, eventually we're going to get the implant in the brain here, and everyone in the room will have the implant, and imagine I am sitting up here on the stage and I'm talking to everyone and I say something and I instantly know how they feel about it. I can do that already, Klaus. Don't need a fucking chip. It's called reading the room, you penis-looking motherfucker. Am I right? He looks like a penis, doesn't he? Anyway. A German penis. A circumcised German penis. That's what he is. And they've brought him to life somehow. So this is where science has gone mad, right? They brought a fucking penis to life and they made it the head of the World Economic Forum. And they're okay with this. Listen to the penis. That should be the motto of the World Economic Forum. Listen to the penis. Everybody listen to the penis. That guy's a dick, man. He's a dick. I don't like him. I know a lot of you out there are probably like, oh, no, he's nice. He's like Uncle Klaus. He's a good guy. Actually, I don't know anyone that says that. I'm just saying that for comedy effect. But anyway... That's disgusting. I eat this now because in the future you won't be able to get this. This is honey chicken. Can you imagine getting honey crickets? Probably delicious. Anyway. Don't listen to the dick, right? He's a penis. I bet if you walked up to him and like grabbed a bit of skin at the back of his neck and just went, white shit would just at the top of his head. And that's how we will know that Klaus Schwab is a genetically modified penis. And a German penis. Why would they make a German penis? It makes no sense. Hitler's up to something. I got to tell you, I don't think World War II ever ended. Right? Never ended. World War III is about to happen. World War III. We're in it at the moment. It's going to happen. It's the 24th in like 2 days. Nothing's going to happen. And everyone will be like, told you nothing would happen. I actually think nothing will happen because even if something was planned, the information is now out there and they would have to change the date because they don't want to give anyone any, But I tell you who's shitting themselves right now, the guy that made that speech. A lot of people are just saying he misspoke. He was talking about the start of the Ukraine war. Probably that seems as good an answer as anything else, but he's got to be fucking shitting himself right now. He's got to be hoping beyond hope that the 24th comes and goes and just passes by without incident, because if something happens, if something major happens, they're all just going to be looking at him like, why did you tell the people that something was going down on the 24th? You're out of the club. And he'll be outside the club going, no, don't throw me out of the club. I like the club. I like the raping of the children. I like the pedophilia. I like all the groovy stuff we do. I don't know if that's how. I don't even know if it's better. I don't want to be throwing around accusations of pedophilia. Pedophilia. That's another joke I did ages ago. It's a bit rough, but I was having lunch with God one day, and we were just chatting away, and we had sausages, actually, good sausages. Anyway, we're chatting away, and I just said to him, look, one of the things that's always bugged me is that the Vatican, your representatives on earth, big guy, they have all this information in the catacombs and down there underneath. It's all locked away. I want to know what's in those books. I want to read those papyri. I want to know what's in the scrolls, man. So God was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, they've got all this information all locked away. He said, no. I told them to release the information ages ago. And I said, well, they haven't done it. And he said, no. They must have done it. Let me just go and take a quick look here. And he goes over and he looks down through the clouds. Down, and he casts his gaze down upon the Vatican. There's a lot of gays in heaven, so he's just casting all the gays down on the Vatican. Oh, tough crowd. Anyway, so he casts his gaze down on the Vatican again, because he's got heaps of them. And he goes, hey, I said PDF files. Not pedophiles. I said release the PDF files, not the pedophiles. Anyway, it's not a great joke. Needs work, obviously. Just like me, I need work. I'm getting me forklift license next week, I hope. Unless I completely fuck it up. But I'll be legally allowed to operate a fork. Anyway, I understand I've gotten a little sidetracked here. But that's the point. See? I can't hold normal conversations anymore. A friend from the radio station asked me, oh, you like horror films? Not really. I can't get into it anymore. I don't enjoy films at all. It's just like ropes of propaganda being thrown at. Because, like, you know, early on, hey, remember early on when I said, has anyone got any sleeping pills? You know, red pill, blue pill, where's the sleeping pill? Because I'd really like to go back to sleep. That's what movies are, sleeping pills. You sit there and you just kind of go, oh, look, Tom Cruise is shooting some people. That's cool. And they just subtly throw in some propaganda. At least it used to be subtle. Now, the propaganda is just not subtle at all. Now it's like, oh, look, Tom Cruise is being rescued by that woman who just fought 6 burly, muscly fucking Russian agents. Single-handedly she fought these guys and won, because that's realistic. Oh, and she's a black girl too. She's a person of colour. That's important. And wait. What are her pronouns? And she's gay. Cool. Well, why does she even want to save Tom Cruise? Oh, she doesn't want to save Tom Cruise. Ah, but she's doing it because she's a good person and deep down we're all going to be rescued by feminism. You know what I like about feminists? Eventually we all start believing the same shit. Like, you talk to the older feminists, they're pretty cool. They get quite based. The older feminists are just like, no, you need a vagina to be a woman. That's the first fucking... That's probably, the main thing. You need to be a woman. And if I go, yeah, well, I'm not a feminist because I don't have a pussy, they go, yeah, I get it. Because they're not so caught up in the horse shit. It's the younger feminists that can be a little hard to take. Especially the ones that don't pay for things. Because a lot of feminists pay their own way. And they want to, have as much sex as they want. I mean, these are old tropes by now. Better comedians than me have covered this subject in a better way than I have. Anyway, feminists are funny. They're a funny lot. I find them quite cute, the way they're always like, I don't have to do what a man tells me to do. But you're a feminist, right? That's right. You're a man came up with feminism. It was a man came up with it. So you are literally doing what a man was telling you to do all those years ago. And then it was promoted by men. So yeah, you continue not doing what a man tells you to do while being a feminist. Good for you. But we all fall into the same traps, the same bullshit. It's easy and fun to pick on feminists, but we've all fallen into the trap. I mean, I didn't have kids. Now I want to have kids. Fortunately, I'm a man, so I can still have kids. Just got to go out raping. To quote Norm Macdonald, I like raping. No, I don't give a fuck. I know it's not a politically correct thing to say, but I like raping. I like to rape. Anyway, that's not a direct... That was actually Norm quoting someone else. And actually he was saying not a lot of guys are out there going, I like to rape, but I don't give a fuck. Anyway, look up that joke. His bit about Bill Cosby. It's very funny. Yeah, I gotta, you bastard. Fuck this fucking thing, man. Like, this is just not, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's come in tight, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I should probably focus on what the hell I was talking about in the first place and finish the thing I was saying. Anyway, the point is he hung himself. And that's the end of that story. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you sleep well. No, he did. I'm aware that I'd missed like 90% of the story, and so you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's where the joke came from, because humour often comes from tragedy. And my friend hung himself 3 months after telling me he was gay. And I was like, why the fuck did you tell anyone you were gay? Whose business was it? And he didn't sound confident when he told me. Like, he rang me up. This is a guy, his name was Doug Saunders. He was the go-to guy. If you were a death metal band in Melbourne in the 90s, you went to Doug Saunders. Now, when you're a band and you go to the same engineer producer, you sound the same as all the other bands. So when I came across a band that were about to record an album, and this band was called Bestial Warlust, and they did an album called Vengeance War Till Death, and I produced that album. And I used a different engineer. And that was the point, because they wanted a different sound. They didn't want to sound like every other band. And so they went with a different producer, which was me. Anyway, that was the first. Anyway, Doug was a friend of mine. He was a good mate. We worked together on a few projects. I would go and use his studio. He had a MIDI studio. So I'd go and do... then I'm going to need to drop the I and add at least 2 Ys. Can I buy a consonant? Anyway, I remember when he told me, because I remember thinking, you know, buddy, you're gay and whatever, and good for you and all that. Actually, I didn't think it at the time. At the time he told me, I was just like, oh, cool, good on you, Doug, great. I support you completely. I'm your mate. I don't care what you are in your personal life. It doesn't affect me. And then 3 months later when he hung himself, that's when I started asking the questions, because I was like, why did he tell me? He didn't sound, when he told me on the phone, he did not sound like he was just like going, hey, just ring to let you know I'm gay, da-da-da. He sounded like someone was like telling, like he was doing this, like a therapist was telling him, or maybe it was a lover. And I got to tell you, that's what pisses me off about the LGBT, BEDC, carrot, wrinkles, purple monkey, pineapple community. What annoys is they're very much like every other activist. They're like, no, you support my thing. You come out and you do this and that, and you fucking... We don't care how this impacts your life. You have to support us. And this is what I've found in the world. Everyone wants you to support them. They will not return the favour. The amount of women that I supported in comedy just being supportive, and the favours never returned, you know. edX, they're quite a good educational online thing. You can do courses for free. Check them out. Although I did one at the fucking New York Stock Exchange University. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a school that was set up. You do like half the course, and then they go, now if you want to finish the course, you got to give us some money. Very smart. There's a stock exchange. They know about money. So there's a few courses like that, but you know, I still got a lot out of that course. Anyway, yeah, people want to be supported, but they will not return the favour. That's just true in life. So anyway, that whole thing, I danced around that whole story quite a bit, and but Doug was a good man. He had a family, he had wife and kids. I didn't care that he was gay. No one cared that he was gay particularly. But the thing that worried me when I thought about it later was like, why are you telling me this? This is your bread and butter, is producing metal and death metal albums. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about the death metal community. Very male energy. Not the most inclusive bunch of dudes, and I'm not saying anything negative there when I say that. It is what it is. There's no reason you can't be around people that you want to be around and be comfortable being around the people you want to be around. You don't have to, you know, the thing about that community is it's based. They don't fucking pretend. Right? But I did a lot of gigs with death metal bands where there was like porn playing on the TV or projected onto the onto the score screen and shit like that. Not really an environment where you would come in and go, "Hi guys, anyone want their dick sucked?" Right? It's just not. And those guys, he would have lost a lot of work from that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was a contributing factor to him necking himself. So whoever the hell, decided to put him up to, to say, "No, you have to come out," you can go fuck yourself. That's what I have to say to you. Anyway, so I did that joke live, and then the black guy, it was funny actually because, as I said, you scan the crowd, you're watching the crowd, you're reading the crowd constantly. So I was reading the crowd, I watched the black guy's reaction, particularly, obviously, right? His reaction was, at first, he was just like, "Huh? Like, you're not meant to be saying that word," like excitement. He was like, "Wow, this is, Now I'm not in his head, but then afterwards, like, because the MC was, he's very aware of how anything he does might be perceived. So he got up and he said, "Oh, let's get the black guy up here to roast him." I wish I could remember his name instead of just saying the black guy, but I can't remember his name. I really wish I could, because he's a good dude, funny dude, and, as Trump said about Ghislaine Maxwell, I wish him well. No, but no, he was a good dude. He got up and roasted me a little bit afterwards, but it was all fun. He was laughing, everyone was laughing. Because a lot of doing comedy is about breaking the tension in the room. That's the easiest way to get a laugh, but it's not an easy thing to do. But, very often some comedian will get up and they will just suck, and they'll just take all the air out of the room. And after that, it can be very hard to get a laugh unless some comedian, usually the MC, knows how to pop that tension. And when you pop that tension, you get a big laugh. So there's a lot of tension in the room because the way the white people reacted was the funniest. The brown people just seemed to be like, "Oh yeah, what did this nigger say?" I shouldn't have said that, but what did this N-word say? Yeah. Right? That's not even the way the joke goes. The joke's in an earlier thing. And I don't care. Like, what? 116 subscribers last I looked, and I love every one of yous. You're my pride and joys, or whatever. I'm just very grateful to anyone that subscribed, anyone that comments and likes. Love yous heaps, right? Because, let's be honest, you're my only friends in the whole world. This is me reaching out. This is what you would call a classic cry for help, really. I'll probably go and commit suicide after this. And then you'll all be sorry. All right, you can see how being a comedian for 10 years has damaged me quite a lot, I mean, after the 15th year of being a comedian, you get really jaded. I mean, 20 years in this game, and it just, after a while, you don't even know what's funny anymore. You go through that quite a bit, actually. You go through times where you just like, I don't even know. You just, because your brain becomes a quagmire of absurdity, and you don't know. So you just say, but after about 30 years in, it gets better. And I am a 50-year veteran of the comedy scene. No, I've been doing it for like 8, 9, 10 years. I can't remember. I think 10 years now. It's coming up to that anyway. Probably 9 years, 8 months. No, actually, yeah, okay. Anyways. No, it'd be like 10 years. Even though the last couple of years haven't been doing it that much. Whatever, man. Just fucking back off with all the questions, alright? Point is, all the white people in the room were like fucking, some of them, this is what I found most hilarious, some of them pointed. Hey, look at that. See, look, I point that way. I could meet fingers. Ooh, well, perhaps not. All right, let's not. I can touch my own finger. Look. Oh, I'm like God and Adam. Boop. Point is, the white people, some of them pointed like I was standing on stage looking at the room, but didn't notice the black guy. Why? Because he was black? Oh, yeah, there's a group of white people and a floating white t-shirt, but no one in the t-shirt. No, I don't think any... Come on, you idiots. Of course I saw him. So some of them were like, hey, you can't... I find that shit where people are like, you can't say that word. It's childish. They are treating us like children. And this is why I refuse to not say the words. I'm trying not to say the words, particularly on radio. Because I'm doing the radio show now, and it is hard to not swear. And actually, it's not that hard. You just have to be aware of what you're saying. But the point of doing this is I want this to be kind of more of conversational, free-form stream of consciousness, the art of conversation, right? So if an N-bomb slips, if an F-bomb slips, if I burp, fart, eat some Chinese food, whatever, you guys get it, right? Or maybe I should just be a little more fucking professional, and then I get somewhere with this bullshit. But anyway, the point is, the white people freaked out a lot more than the black dude. The black dude had fun with it. Anyway, from that experience, so then I was on in that room again a month later. I booked another spot a month later. And so, of course, the bookers and everyone, because it's like an open thread, because I was on, the black guy... And if anyone out there is in Melbourne comedy and they can remember his name, because I wish I could fucking remember his name. He's a good dude. He came back, and and after that first night, like afterwards, he came over to me laughing. We did a weird, one of those cool handshakes that you do with black people. Like slap, did a little German kind of dance. And, just to let, he was letting me know we were cool, because, Lederhosen is the international language of, hey man, we're cool, man. Alright, so anyway, and after that gig as well, I had a slew of people coming up to me and saying, hey, I really actually liked that. It was weird, but you said it, and it was cool, particularly a few Indian people, so brown people coming up to, and, so it was weird to me that white people, I mean, it wasn't weird, it was expected, but white people that were the ones that were really freaked out. And I thought that was hilarious, but to be expected. Anyway, from that, I got another joke, because I booked a gig again a month later, and they booked the black guy again as well. He came along. This time he had some friends, and he got up before me, and he said, yeah, I brought 3 friends with me, so after the gig, after Scott gets up, we're going to beat the shit out of him outside. We're going to wait for him outside and beat the shit out of him if he does that joke again. Right, so anyway, I didn't do that joke because... when you do an open mic comedy in the beginning, you're meant to just do the same 5 minutes, and you often do. You do the same jokes over and over and over again. But what came out of this one, what came out of that experience was this other joke. And this is my favourite joke that I've ever written, I think. Hard to say, but it's currently one of my favourite jokes ever. And so I opened the next time with this, because I got up, and I got up to boos. People were booing me, but it was all done. You could hear the laughter as well. Everyone knew what was going on. So there was like, boo, boo. Go and watch the video. I think it's title number 2. And I was laughing. I was like, this is really funny. So, but I had to address it. And luckily, I'd written this joke, and I'm going to end I'm going to tell you this joke and then I'm going to end. So I got up and the first thing I said was, this is actually my first time ever doing comedy. I didn't quite follow that up. I should have been like, I was told this was a really supportive room, but you guys are cunts, whatever. Anyway, so I played around with their booze for a while and then I just went, well, let me ask you guys a question. Is political correctness ruining comedy? Or is it the Jews?